We are talking all about The War with Grandpa, and I'm so thrilled to be talking with them because this movie wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you all. We have Trey, Martin, and Rosa here. Hello, everybody. Hey, family, how are you?
Hi.
My name is Heather Brooker. I am a journalist with NBC Los Angeles, and I am also host of the award-winning podcast Motherhood in Hollywood. And we have a lot of wonderful parenting family press outlets who are here to ask you guys questions. So I'm just going to get started. Trey, this movie really wouldn't have happened if you hadn't had the idea and really the foresight to say, I feel like this book should be a movie. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so, when I first read it, I was excited to watch the movie because there's a rule in my house where I have to read the book before I watch the movie. So once I was done, I was so excited to see this movie. And when I was looking for it, I just couldn't find it. So, just to give you the gist of like the way I was thinking back then. But I was just ready to, watch the movie, sit down, eat some popcorn, celebrate. And I asked my parents, what they were thinking about making this into a movie because I knew that they're in the movie business, and yeah, here we are.
Okay, so Mom and Dad, what was your reaction when he came to you and said, "I read this book. I think it should be a movie"? Because my daughter comes to me with ideas sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know about that. What was your reaction?
Well, when he came to me with the idea of, trying to find the movie, he wanted to see the movie. And I tried to help him find it on the internet, and we couldn't find it. And he kept insisting that I read it, that it's so funny. And so, I appeased him and I said, okay, let me read it. Because lots of times I'll read a book with him and we'll talk it over and what the story was about, the character development and all that stuff. So I read it and, I agreed with him. I thought it would make a great movie. It was a very heartwarming, it's a short book, but it was very heartwarming and it had a nice, big message about family and unity. So, I started prepping him on how to do a pitch so that he could present it to his father. And he pitched it to his dad, and his dad, thought it was cute that he was doing a pitch. He didn't think, nothing of it.
Well, at the time I in my defense, I was trying to leave town the next morning. So I was going through stuff and just kind of, trying to get myself sorted. So when she said, hey, I need to take some time, Trey wants to picture a movie, it was kind of like, this is really cute, but for my 8-year-old son, but I'm kind of busy.
But I'm busy, I got stuff to do.
The mommy look saying, sit down and you're gonna hear the sound. And so I said, okay, cool, okay, that's kind of cool. Well, give me the book, I'll read it on the plane. And by the time I landed in LA, I called back and said, listen, we need to option this thing. This is a really great idea. And this is our next project.
So wonderful. And then we just talked to Oaks and Laura just a few moments ago, and Oaks mentioned something about how you guys kind of had a vision already for Robert De Niro in this role. Tell me about that, and how did that sort of come about?
So basically, when I was young, my parents wouldn't ever let me see a Robert De Niro movie because they were very appropriate.
Well.
So, I was always hear how great of an actor he is, and I was so excluded, So I thought to myself, why not have him in my movie if this is going to happen? So
why not? I love it.
The movie, and then,
I love the ambition. That's amazing. And then you got him. What an amazing thrill. And he truly is like, yes, he plays these roles that are sort of like gangstery and not really appropriate for kids, but he also has this wonderful grandpa quality that really just works in this movie. So I'm going to open it up to questions now from our family press who is here. Let's head on over and start with, Sarah from Scoop Show. Sarah, if you want to click on your video and audio, she has a question about seeing the movie.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
You doing?
So I'm wondering, obviously there's so much work in pre-production and post-production. What was going through your mind when you got to see this finalized, finished version of the film?
Well, I was able to actually, be a part of the process from pre-production to filming and post-production, and kind of being able to see it all come together, and then finally being able to see it at the end. It was so special because, I've always wanted to see this movie, as I said earlier, ever since I read the book, so see all this finally happening is just makes me and my inner little kid self happy,
And for us, seeing the finished product as, a small production financing company, and this was the biggest film we had done to date, it was definitely a moment of accomplishment.
Yes.
And pride.
Yeah.
Because,
Mhm.
we felt that we put together an all-star cast, and and this it's not a secret that people that generally look like us don't make movies like this. So it was an extra set of pride for us to say, oh, we accomplished it, we did it, and what's next.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks for the question, Sarah. Okay, I want to head over to Amy Fulcher. She has a question about the cast.
Hi. So like you already mentioned, we know that De Niro was your must cast, but I want to know how the rest of the casting came into play.
Oh, well, once we had Mr. De Niro on board, I think everyone's like, yeah, I want to work with him.
I bet.
So that was easy.
I think Christopher Walken said to me, he goes, "Are you sure De Niro's in?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah, he's in." He's like,
Yeah.
"All right, I'll do it."
Yeah.
All right. So we have a question from Allison from, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
The first time they worked together since a Deer Hunter. So it was a
reunion for them.
Yeah.
It was so cool. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about that too, because it was really funny watching them and Cheech Marin interact on screen. Just a really fun trio there. Okay, so Allison from Everyday Shortcuts has a question about the Godfather reference in the film. So Allison, if you want to pop on your video and audio and fire away.
Hello. Okay, so I thought it was so clever of you to add the Godfather reference in there. At first, I was like, "Oh no, they're gonna put a horse's head in there." But then when you put the snake in it, I was like, "That's perfect. It's a great humor for adults and kids to enjoy." So I was wondering, what made you decide to add the Godfather reference, and what was De Niro's reaction when he found out it was going to be in the movie?
Oh, her audio cut out.
Yeah.
The entire.
So she said about the decision to add the Godfather reference. What went into making that decision, and then what was De Niro's reaction when you kind of pitched that to him?
It was Tim Hill, the director. That was pretty much his idea, and I think Bob kind of has fun with those kinds of things if done in a clever, smart way, not to make fun, but to connect the dots. For and when we talked to Bob earlier about being in the movie, a big part of it is, as Trey even sent him a pitch video, "Hey, come hang out with me on set, and we'll have a play date," kind of thing. It was more so like we wanted to introduce a next generation of new fans to you, and connecting the Godfather dots, and these it's sort of its full circle. So Tim Hill gets full credit.
And Trey, have you seen any of the Godfather movies yet, or is that still off the table?
Just watched it this past summer.
Oh, okay. All right. So he knows now. All right, let's go over to Cammie Allen. Cammie has a question about supporting your son and his vision. So Cammie, if you want to click on your audio, there she is.
Hi.
So as a mom myself, I have 2 boys, and I just love that both of you supported your son so much, and you enabled him to see his vision turn into a reality. What message do you hope people walk away from when they see this film? And Trey, how does it feel to see your vision come to life?
Well, I want them to know that through any sort of obstacle that you and your family may be going through, any argument, any disagreement, just know that if you truly love each other and the bond you have is truly so deep, that you will get over it and you'll be walking together, hands held, at the end of it. It's just the bond that you have with your family, especially, you need to cherish it because you don't know how long it's going to last.
gonna last forever.
Last forever. It's on film now. And one of the things I think is really cool about this too is that Trey, you were also like an executive producer and producer on this project. What was basically your day-to-day role in the film?
Well, in pre-production, I helped out with any jokes I think would be funny from a kid's point of view on the script. I don't think any of them made it in though.
The first draft.
The first draft.
What else? For the auditions, I was there, not just when we were watching the slides, but when they came in person.
You actually went to the waiting room.
Yeah.
Yes, and brought them in.
Yeah, I brought them in,
Each kid.
introduced myself. I
You were
met
there
the
for the
cast that
reading?
first day. Yes, the reading.
Mhm.
And then, we started filming in Atlanta. And that was when I started kind of talking to the actors more and, getting to know them. And I had a special bond actually with the kid actors on set. It was me,
That's great.
T. Folks, and JC and Isaac. And we all talked every day. We'd play video games after, we all played video games together after shooting. Whenever we could, at least, we always hung out with each other. That was a special bond we had. And then after post-production, and also during filming, one thing I forgot was when I was a PA some days,
Yeah.
back and forth. That was fun.
And one thing that his mom and I wanted to do with him and for him was we didn't want to treat him any differently than anybody who brought us source material. He basically brought us a book, he pitched it. And if you yourself or anybody watching this brought our company a book or an idea, we would bring you in, make a deal with you, we'd pay you, and we looked to develop your project. It just so happened that our son brought us a project that we loved and we wanted to make it. So
that's so great. And I do love how encouraging you are because a lot of times as parents, we get so caught up in the day-to-day lives and, our own focus on our business that sometimes we dismiss our kids maybe in their ideas and don't take them as seriously. So it's really great that you guys did that because now it's a feature film that's going to be opening in theaters and starring Robert De Niro and this amazing cast. So that's really great and such a wonderful reminder for us parents to really be more receptive to our kids and their ideas. We have time for one more question. I'm going to head over to, is it Tati from Cool Moms Cool Tips? Go ahead and come on in and ask your question.
Yes, it is.
Hi.
Hi. I have to thank you because really the humor, the way that the movie is done talks to families, at least very much for my family, and we're multi-generational as well. My question was, from reading the book, I know that, of course, a script has to be adapted from the book. What absolutely in the book had to be in the movie and was not negotiable to remove?
Oh, I think it was the where they were fishing on the lake, where they showed a bond of, where they did have fun together and they started connecting with each other.
Took a day off from the war.
And took a day off from the war. That was important to keep from the book. Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead. And actually, it looks like we have time for maybe a couple more questions. Let me just pull over here. Okay, so Kristin Rep, I hope I'm saying that right. Christy Rep, I hope I'm saying that right. If you guys see me squinting, I don't have my glasses on. And so I'm literally like going like this. But Christy, if you want to come on. Hi, there she is. Hi, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you guys. So this movie was so much fun to watch. And as a producer, what was your favorite scene to see come to life on the big screen?
For me, it was definitely the dodgeball scene. Watching that being put together when we were in Sky Zone, the type of little gimmicks that they used to make sure that the actors didn't get hurt. When they tied together the stunt doubles and, the way that they kind of mended that when they were editing it, it all looked like a very seamless process. And, the type of shots that they did, the jokes, and then seeing that in the movie, it looked like you know, you had Robert De Niro doing front flips, you know, it was definitely nice to see that.
What was your favorite?
Awesome. Okay, and let's head on over to I think it's Tanya Lamb. Tanya has a question. If you want to pop on, there she is. Hi.
Hi. So this was such a fun movie. Were there any funny bloopers on set or things that happened that maybe shouldn't have?
How we put it at the end.
Yeah, we put a couple of bloopers in the end of the movie. I think it was all over the place. I think one of them that was funny was when the Bob, Christopher Walken, and Cheech Marin were tossing the bully into the dumpster. So there were a lot of takes of that, and they were having a lot of fun playing the tough role. So that was funny.
Okay, and then let's head on over to Mama's Geeky. If you want to click on, hi, there she is. Fire away.
Audio.
Tess, I don't think your audio's on. If you wanna,
sorry.
Try again. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm just curious, Trey, is this something you would like to do again? And if so, do you have any plans, any other books you would like to turn into a movie?
It's definitely something I'd like to do again. You know, I started taking filmmaking classes just that way I know actual production of it. You know, seeing how like on set, the type of shot sizes, you know, the camera framing, you know, kind of like how you direct everything and cinematography, that type of stuff. But in terms of books, there are a few books that I've been looking into that I've talked to my parents about over the past couple of years. And, you know, we're talking to Mr. De Niro about something right now. So, you know, things are still rolling, haven't stopped.
Look at you, already big time Hollywood producer. And what grade are you in?
I'm in 9th grade.
9th grade. Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. People work for years in this town just to try to get a movie made. And you're already like, got another one lined up, one in the can with Academy Award winners. That's amazing, you guys.
Watching though that the Guinness Book of World Records is going to honor Trey as the youngest producer ever in the history of the movie business at the age of 11 when we shot this movie.
Yeah, 11.
So
that's amazing. That is so fantastic. What a wonderful accomplishment for you, and like super bragging rights when you're going into high school. I mean, that's so cool. Well, congratulations on that. And then I went ahead over to Kathy Copcut. She has a question as well. If you want to click on your video, Kathy, and fire away.
Fire away, Kathy.
Fire away, Kathy. Kathy?
Oh.
Kathy has left the building. All right. Let's head on over to Amanda Taylor. Amanda, if you want to come on in, you have a question about the movie's expectations. There she is.
Oh.
Hi, Amanda.
Right. I'm not sure if you answered it, but I was just wondering if it, you know, the movie, you know, did it meet your expectations? You know, was it everything you were hoping for?
It was everything I was hoping for and more. You know, honestly, it was just seeing it come to life on screen, and you know, the jokes that were carried over, you know, just the moments that Pete and his grandfather had were carried over, and you know, that honestly made it so much better. And also, you know, actually seeing it filmed, you know, just being a part of the process made it 100 times better. Seeing it come alive, you know, it just makes it all the more special when you're able to see something that you've been waiting for as a kid and being a part of since you were like a little kid. I mean, because I'm still a kid. But yeah, you know, that just makes it really special.
All right, so we have another question from Angie White. Angie, if you want to jump on in and fire away.
Hi. So the development process going from a book to a movie is notoriously difficult. And I was wondering if there was anything in pre-production that you found to be a speed bump or caused you a bit of a delay.
Oh God, speed bumps. We have lots of speed bumps.
We'll call it a tree.
Mountain.
When we were in Toronto, when we first started filming the movie, the Georgia tax credit came out, and it was this great, awesome, fat tax credit. And when you're financing a movie of that size, it was like, wow, we can get how much more money if we go to Georgia? And then I called everybody and said, we're packing up shop. We're going to.
Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
Like what, a week, 2 weeks before we start filming?
Like 2 weeks before we're gonna start filming.
Wow.
I was like, no, listen, we're going to Georgia because 30% on everything. So just from a financing standpoint, it was well worth the trade.
Yeah.
That was the
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
That's amazing. That's a huge savings. I know Georgia, a lot of people are filming down in Georgia now because of that tax credit and because of the break that they're getting. So good for you, saving a little money. I'm all about that as well. Okay, and somebody had a question, Tati had a question about what was the video game that Peter was playing in the film?
Oh, it's medieval wars. Yeah.
Is it a real game?
It is actually.
Yeah. They're gonna be marketing it.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah,
just contact.
It's from Europe, and so yeah.
I remember playing it. I had a lot of fun. You know, when they were teaching the kids how to play it, that way it looked like, you know, he really had been building that for 3 years on set. You know, I was able to play it with them. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
And let me ask you: is there any other sequels that you guys have had in mind with this? Because I interviewed Cheech and Robert De Niro yesterday, and I had to tell them I loved the interactions between him and Christopher Walken and Robert De Niro's characters. It almost seemed like they could have their own movie. Is that something you guys have thought about at all? Any kind of sequels? Any other maybe branches off of this particular storyline that you could do?
Yeah, I mean, we have been brainstorming, and we love that trio so much. Actually, that's one of in the script, like, if we knew this chemistry was going to be so great, we wanted to expand on it more. But definitely with the next one, we're going to be doing that.
There's a couple of roads we can go down, because when we acquired the rights to this book, we also acquired prequel and sequel rights of book, and they're actually a manuscript called The War with Grandma that is being developed. But as an immediate sequel, we already started working on the sequel called The World War with Grandpa, which Bob and Jane try to get married in London, whereas you know that in the movie she referenced her granddaughter can be a pain in the butt too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're developing that storyline.
And let me ask you about opening up in theaters. Is there any hesitation that you guys had in making that decision to open up in theaters right now? That's something we haven't really talked about.
Yeah, there was, you know, that was a big decision to do, because, you know, it's uncertain times right now. And, you know, we moved the day. First it was September, then now it's October. And now we feel like we're safe. You know, everyone knows about social distancing. You can go out and be safe with the checkerboard seating. The theater association is, you know, making sure that, you know, theaters are being cleaned and sanitized between every showing, and they have checkerboard seatings and masks. And so it's looking really, really good. And I know families are dying to go out and do something fun with their families. And this is a great movie to do it. You know, there's not much out there right now. So we think this is the perfect time to see.
We even went as far as had a call with NATO, the National Association of Theater Owners, and they laid out their plan for reopening safely, and it made a lot of sense to us. Mm-hmm. So protocols are in place, and you know, we hope people adhere to the protocols and go back and go see a movie.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Well, it sounds like you guys have done your due diligence and your research, and this movie is going to open up in theaters on October 9th. We appreciate your time, Trey, Martin, and Rosa, and congratulations again on the film. And thank you to all of our bloggers who joined us here, our family press bloggers who joined us. If you guys want to check your email and head back into the hospitality room, that's where we'll wait for our next roundtable with Cheech Marin and Jane Seymour to talk about The War with Grandpa. Thank you again, you guys, for your time, and congrats on the film.
They don't know the plot yet.
They don't know the plot yet. So
oh, okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.